is manipulation, guys. They included the text messages in the Gabby Petito documentary over on Netflix. It's a hard watch, but I feel like it's very important. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, there's a documentary already, like, talking bad about it. But I'm like, no, we need this type of content out because it really does help, especially young girls go through what manipulation looks like, emotional manipulation looks like. They could fall prey to this stuff. One of my first relationships, I had an ex-boyfriend and he was very manipulative. And I was in high school and he threatened to himself every time we got into an argument, every time we got into a fight. He was always crying, writing me love letters and songs and giving me little gifts here and there. And I would just be like, dude, if you're so miserable, like, do something about it, right? But again, he'll be like, no, don't abandon me. I was abandoned by my mom. Like, don't do that to me. And he'll guilt me with that crap. And as a young girl, like, I didn't freaking know what I was dealing with. Now as an adult that I'm reflecting back, I'm like, my God, that was crazy. A lot of people think, oh, just because you're young, like, you probably don't experience this type of stuff. And like, this is very common. Just, you just drop the person. In Gabby's situation, it cost her life. And look, this is her reply back to him. She's like, no, I don't want you to be sorry. I love you so much. I'll never leave. Like, reaffirming his fears. Listen, if you have abandonment issues, you have to figure that out yourself. All the stuff that we come into relationships with, we have to own it and figure it out. There's a lot of emotional baggage that comes into every relationship that we are in. And if you don't handle your emotional baggage and you put it onto another person, that's abuse. And then not only that, but then the person feels responsible for your behavior, which is just ridiculously codependent, people pleaser, and it creates a very unhealthy dynamic. I mean, we saw where it ended up for Gabby. So if anybody's in a relationship that looks like this is not healthy at all. This is a huge red flag. Talk to someone, let someone in, let them know what you're going through, seek help, go to therapy, figure it out. Undo this type of stuff in your relationship. This stuff is not healthy, is not cute. You're not there to save him. He needs to save himself. No. And it's also not your fault. I know that you probably haven't heard this, and a lot of people are telling you that you need to be responsible for something, but in reality, none of this is your fault. Look up emotional abuse, look up emotional manipulation, look up the cycle of abuse, look up triangulation, and look up enmeshment. Especially if they have a wonky family, look up family enmeshment and what that looks like and how that trickles down and creates really, really bad